pretty bright. Always pretty. Blue sky today. Hey, how's it going? So we are on our way to the White House, where there's exciting and late-breaking action going on. No, there's not. There's absolutely nothing reported going on at the White House, but we're going down there because it's kind of the end of our trip, or end of our hike. The real purpose of this hike, French fries. You see, there is an Amsterdam falafel shop down the road, about a mile or so, and they sell these big horking things of French fries, a big horking cup of French fries, and I want some fries, chips for you. So about 5 years ago, there was an earthquake in Pennsylvania, a pretty decent size one, 5 something on the Richter scale. It shook much of Washington, including the National Cathedral. Many of the stone works of art were damaged. The estimated cost of repairing the National Cathedral is about $30 to $35 million. And they didn't have earthquake insurance. So the cathedral has been struggling for a few years, trying to do the repairs and also trying to get their financial house in order such that they don't have these problems in the future. Oh, there you can see the Washington Monument off in the distance, yeah? Maybe. So over there, that's the tennis court for the Australian ambassador's house. This house is somebody else's, this little corner, but there is the back of the Aussie ambassador's house. And the front entrance is down here. Not sure whose house this is. It's nice too. This not as grand as the Aussie ambassador's place. Yeah, this is the entrance to the Australian ambassador's house. But you have to like go up and around and curve in. You know, there's the house up at the top. You can't really see it. There's the driveway. I think this camera handles the white balance better when it's in the sun. I think when I'm in the shade, you get like a mixed picture. Like half of it is bleached out and half of it is too dark. But if I go out into the full sun, I think you guys get a better picture. Not sure yet. Still debating this camera. I don't think I'm gonna catch this light.
Can I ask you a question, mister?
Sorry. If he wasn't wearing a robe, I probably would have answered his question. But that guy was a little sketch.
But
They still have their reindeer up on top of their roof there. This is known as Woodley Park Zoo. The National Zoo is just up the road about a half a mile. And these are the little shops and restaurants just down the way. It's catering to tourists. Most of the tourists get off here and walk up the hill to the zoo. So in the summer months, we'll go this way. It's pretty crazy. These people are in a hurry. I have right of way, but these people are in a hurry. There we go. I'm so important, I must run you over. It's a Washington thing. I think this bridge is called the Duke Ellington Bridge. And this is the nearest subway stop to Adams Morgan. This bridge actually has suicide barriers that were added, about 20 years ago. They had a spate of suicides. I mean, I think they had like 11 or 12 suicides in 1 year. Everybody was jumping off this bridge. So they put up the suicide barriers, and that number dropped. Though, of course, people still jumped over the bridge. Never really understood that, because there's another bridge, like right there. If you want to, it's like, oh, suicide barrier is here. Maybe I'll go the other bridge. I don't know. But maybe it worked. The Duke Ellington Memorial Bridge. I was right. So the architectural historian types were very upset about the barriers. I don't know if they filed a lawsuit. I think they did, even, because the bridge was like protected. Up ahead is Adams Morgan. Oh, here comes some police. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? He's in a hurry. Oh, man, this guy's flying. I can't even keep up with him. He's so fast. You know. I hear one siren, though. Normally, if it was something crazy, you'd hear sirens from every direction. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll get some more action soon. So yeah, I told you there's another bridge right over there. That's the Connecticut Avenue Bridge. That runs down into the White House. Don't worry, we're going to turn in just a few moments and we'll be walking alongside that road to get us to the White House. But today we're just going to take a slightly different path. Down there is Rock Creek Parkway. And there's a police horses down there too. That's where they train the police horses. That's their main stable. There's a cool painting on the side of this restaurant, Mama Aisha's restaurant. Mama Aisha with the presidents up to Obama. There's room to add other presidents, but they haven't added Trump yet. All right, let's see where we can go now. This matters. This is a circular window box. And the next one is rectangular. And then circular. Rectangular. Yep, rectangular. He messed it all up. Then a circular one. And then they finish out rectangular. Well, that's kind of, yeah. Rectangular, circular. I think I read when they were building houses here, they had like a standard collection of shapes and decorations for the top. And you went in and you picked, like, I'll have a number 3 roof with a number 2 windowsill and a number 1 door accessory. And you could like just mix and match from sort of like 8 or 10 different types of styles. So while the houses look alike, technically they're all slightly different. That's kind of common up on Capitol Hill as well. You'll see a row of houses that on the surface look similar, but in reality there are a few slight differences. I wonder if they just go to all the neighbors and say, hey, you want to do like a rainbow colors? Your house, my house, the next house. Okay. Here we are at 18th and Columbia Road, kind of the heart of Adams Morgan. A lot of funky places here. There was another YouTuber who was here last night. Rob was walking through Adams Morgan last night. But I think he got healthy food. I don't think he got French fries. I want French fries. I just realized the French fry place might not even open. That would be awful. No, McDonald's is not the French fry place. It's down here somewhere. So I just realized that I didn't actually film most of Adams Morgan because the stupid camera had shut down, but let's pause for a second. Pop open this bag of yumminess. Napkins. And a cone full of chips. And I have missed hot French fries. We've got our fries. So, I'm going to eat these right here because I'm not just going to walk around eating fries and make everybody annoyed, especially with the DC mask mandate. I don't want to eat my fries. Of course, you know, I still eat French fries all the time, but just getting a cup of fries, eating them once you walk down the street, a cup of chips, that's something I haven't had a chance to do since COVID came out. So it's odd. I'm sitting here in the corner eating French fries out of a paper bag, and it just feels kind of normal for the first time. And well, these were good fries. I mean, they weren't like brilliant fries. They were good, but just eating them outside on a nice Sunday afternoon. What more do you want? Except the guy for the turn down the Beatles over there so I don't get a copyright strike. Okay guys, let's go walk through Adams Morgan, the parts that I missed because I had the camera issue. Now I'll have to block the audio here because somebody's playing music out their front door. What do we got here? So that's the falafel shop. That's where I got those fries. They were good. Mexican place. Korean barbecue. That used to be like a Spanish place. Indian place. Retro bodega. Bottega? I don't know what that is. Italian. Wine bar. And then where reggae lives. I didn't know it died. Oh, it's sushi and poke. This place has like udon, I think. That is a Japanese place. I went there once. Pizza by the slice. The best way to eat it. That looks like a Buffalo's Bills flag. Oh god, this guy's a glutton for punishment. The diner. Imagine it's diner food. All these. Oh, that's Madame Morgan up there. That's a famous piece of street art. That's been in Adams Morgan for years. Madame Morgan's restaurant and bar. This is the kind of place you can go to escape chain restaurants, though there is a McDonald's and a Subway down here at the end. But most of the places here are kind of local. An empanada shop, Shenanigans Irish Pub, Tattoo Parlor, Roofers Union. I don't think that's actually a union. Bukom African Cafe, West African cuisine. I actually watched some of the World Cup here. It was a good place to watch the World Cup. This was a fun place. Korean place. An art center, DC Art Center. Mushroom pizza bakers. Okay guys, so we're gonna go past some music, which means I'm gonna get hit with a copyright. So I may have to turn the volume down in a bit. But we'll just be silent, yeah? We'll just take in the next block silently. So I'm gonna dub this out later. This alley was in the movie A Few Good Men. Tom Cruise, the lawyer in the movie A Few Good Men, would come up to this alley and he'd meet some guy who was selling newspapers right here on the side. There never has, that was all for the movie. Then he got back in his car only to find like a Marine captain in the back seat willing to tell everything that had happened in the case he was currently defending. So that scene took place right there. There was another scene in the movie Dave where Kevin Kline and Sigourney Weaver had gone out to get some ice cream as the quote-unquote president. And that took place right over on that side of the street. So if you watch the movie Dave, you'll see that side of the street. And if you watch the movie A Few Good Men, you'll see that alley right down there. I still taste those fries. I tell you, they were good. So we're going to cut back over the other side here in a second after these cars go by. It's pedestrian right away, but I don't want to cause a traffic jam. Club Heaven and Hell. That place, that's like two restaurants. One's upstairs, one's downstairs, if I remember. I haven't been here in so long. The Town Tavern, Shibuya. That's the place where I got Ouya, Shibuya Eatery. It wasn't that great. Overpriced, but you take what you can get in the city. League of Their Own, very friendly. And then Pitcher's Bar. They're very happy with the new administration. Well, that's Pete Buttigieg. They got the Secretary of Transportation statue in the window, or cardboard cutout. Okay, hey, whatever.
Yes, I do remember that.
Eastern European vegan, as compared to what? Western European vegan, I guess. That's kind of funky. Calorama. This road goes through. I know where this goes. If you go to your right, you end up in Calorama Circle at the French ambassador's house. But if you go to your left, well, it gets interesting. It gets interesting. Let's go to the left. So, felt a little better after that. Oh, those fries really hit the spot. Not just like the spot, you know, from food standpoint. From just the being outside, eating some street food, just enjoying the sun. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. It's been a while, yeah, it has been a while. It's still going to be another few months. We're not ready, certainly not here in DC, to just go back and live like that. But a couple months maybe. I don't see him. Oh, he's on the other side of the park. That's why. So guys, the White House, there's the Jefferson Memorial way in the distance, right down that street, 16th Street. Let's go into the park. When I first moved to DC, I didn't come to this park. I didn't want to get stepped on a heroin needle. But those times have changed. It was a shame because this was a beautiful park that was just a mess during the 80s and stuff, back in the crack epidemic. It's cleaned up a bit. Socially distanced picnics. little kid. Had to go around a little kid.
Maybe they could if they like, you know. Right. Well, it's like,
Yeah, almost got it. Saturday in the park, but it's a Sunday. Well, these guys brought their own hammocks. Hey, puppy. Oh, that's a cute puppy. Hello. Hello, little guy. What are you doing? Oh, you're so cute. You're so cute. You just want to be rubbed. Yes, yes, yes. No, sorry to bother you. Oh, that was a cute dog. Was that just the cutest little puppy? Ah, I gotta get my kids a puppy. I gotta get myself a puppy. So down here is the fountain, which is not lit up. I know a lot of you are stuck at home right now due to lockdowns in your city, or maybe you have a reason to be locked down due to your family situation. So I know a lot of you enjoy this. Oh, here's a boxing lesson going on.
There we go. Good. Up again. Step under. Turn. There we go. Keep your eyes on me.
Joan of Arc. That's Joan of Arc statue. I think they're going to have a drum festival over there in a minute. So the fountain, guys, the fountain is over here. But right now, the different steps of the fountain, well, it's turned off. So you can see the Washington Monument way off in the distance. Let's go down the other side. So this is the fountain. It's currently unfilled. But in the summertime, you have these cascading waterfalls making their way down. It's actually quite beautiful. I think I read this is like the largest terraced fountain in the United States. Something like that. This alley. The newest street art in Washington, D.C. That's Amanda Gorman, the woman who read the poem at the thing. Sorry. It's pretty.
Yeah, I don't think it's done yet.
Oh, yeah? Are you shooting her?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm trying to get a self-portrait. No,
Oh, go
I'm not shooting it right now.
Okay. So, 1606, 17th Street. This is the newest street art. Amanda Gorman. They still haven't finished painting it, but her poetry at the inaugural was probably one of the highlights of the actual inaugural. I was going to take pictures of it. This place loves Kamala Harris. They have like Kamala Harris posters all over the walls. 16th and P. This is the Carnegie Institution of Washington, D.C. Ah, here we are. It's interesting, we started up by the Australian ambassador's house, and now we're coming by what used to be the Australian embassy. This big sky crane is building the new Australian embassy. The old one was a pretty big building, but it was pretty beat up. And the last ambassador found a way to get some funding to build a new one. Now it's just a giant hole in the ground. Sadly, a worker died digging this up about 2 months ago. Somebody like slipped. Oh, it's not a hole. They've got a foundation now. So this is Massachusetts Avenue, also known as Embassy Row, going down that way. It's back where you see me most days. But I usually get on Embassy Row about 20th Street. Right now I'm down at about 16th Street. So we're a few blocks off the beaten path. And we'll cut over here. This hotel, what's it called? Canopy, or now it's an apartment. This used to be the NRA. This used to be the headquarters of the National Rifle Association. And they had a firing range in the basement where their members could fire off weapons. But then the DC government became increasingly hostile to the NRA, and they moved over to Virginia. So they have a huge office out in Virginia, out by Dulles Airport, where the state government was a lot friendlier than the local DC government. And up here is the Russian ambassadors. See, why were the Russians? This is called Sakharov Plaza. The Congress renamed the street Sakharov Plaza. Here's the G-man here. This is the Russian embassy. Well, this used to be the Russian embassy. Now it is the Russian ambassador's house and diplomatic residence. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, Khrushchev stayed here when he visited Kennedy at a summit. Khrushchev stayed here. I saw Gorbachev might have stayed here too, or when Gorbachev came to Washington. I remember the street was all closed off during Gorbachev's visit. So this is now known as Black Lives Matter's Plaza because the mayor painted in gigantic letters Black Lives Matter on the street. And who knows if they're ever going to reopen the street. With Lafayette Park closed, this has become kind of the protest area of Washington. Come out to Black Lives Matter Plaza. But with COVID, there really aren't that many protests. Now we're in that final block you've seen many times. St. John's Church, where President Trump took the photo, and the Hay Adams Hotel, which was in the movie Election, and of course, the White House itself. Let me get my other camera out. And generally, it's pretty darn peaceful.
¿No se ve de acá?
Para una foto así, no.
Okay, so we're going to go over to K Street, where there's 2 or 3 Razor scooters. So that's the White House gift shop, the Historical Society, but it's closed. That's where you buy the Christmas ornaments. Oh, this one's 88%. Apple Pay, Apple Pay. All right, kickstand. These kickstands are bare. There we go. And we are off. Woohoo! So, like I said, we're going to go into Georgetown. We're going to cut up to M Street, St. Mary, which is the main drag into Georgetown. And I'm not supposed to be on the sidewalks, so this is actually like inviting a cop to harass me, basically. But I mean, hey, there's nobody here. I mean, come on. Oh, that's where Kamala Harris, let's go over here. So when Kamala Harris was a senator, this is where she lived. In fact, I think she still has a condo in this building. She sold her condo in San Francisco, I just read. But this is where she lived in D.C. She lived like the first night in this place before she moved to Blair House. And then the Secret Service was like, we're not happy with this place. So they moved her to Blair House. But this was Kamala Harris's house as a senator. So this is kind of cool. You see that building over there? That's a fire station. Yeah, the red doors, Medic 1, Engine 1, Truck 2, Ambulance 1. It's a fire station, but on top of it is like condos and offices. That used to be an old 1960s fire station. You know, nothing too exciting, pretty boring. And the developer made a deal with the city. Listen, I'll build you a brand new fire station if you let me build on top of the fire station new offices and condos. So the city's like, okay, new fire station, more people living here, that's fine, go ahead. And they've done that all over the city. There's been several places where they have rebuilt fire and police stations in exchange for development. Falafel place around here. Could go and get some more fries. Let's go on. So we're going to avoid the craziness down there. We're going to go through the back streets of Georgetown, where it's a bit calmer. See, if I had a bike, I could go a lot faster. Oh yeah, there's this fence up here. Let me go show you this fence, because this is kind of cool. So here we are at 28th and P Street Northwest, and this fence is very famous. It's known as musket fence because the guy didn't use metal, just raw steel. He used old muskets, and you can see the aiming sights of some of these old muskets are still here on the metal. So this fence was made of U.S. Army surplus musket barrels. Now there were some people that say, oh, no, these are the ones from John Brown's raid and Harper's Ferry, but some armaments guy said, no, these are after that. So that's musket fence. Kind of a famous little oddity here in the streets of Georgetown. Whee! Oh, this is a big bump. Oh, dang! That was like a 4-inch bump. I bottomed out the scooter. I literally bottomed out the scooter going over that bump. That was cool. This house here, you see this pillbox here? This one right here? This was in the movie St. Elmo's Fire. I'll go the other side of the street. So there was a scene where Emilio Estevez was chasing this doctor that he was in love with. And that's where she lived. And he was out on the street, like calling for her. Like, I want you. And she wasn't even there. And he got in a fight with her roommate. So that took place at that house right at the corner of 29th and P Street. I think I damaged the scooter. It's like, maybe the scooter's gonna like crack in half or something. So the DJI battery is now dead. So we switched over to the iPhone. So let's see how this goes. Interesting, we'll have a chance to compare. Which video do you like better? Because the DJI Osmo will be smoother probably, but maybe the color on the phone is better. There's the Russian embassy. I've shown you many times. As you guys watch my videos, you'll realize you see a lot of the stuff the same because, well, it's next to my house. There's a reason you see the National Cathedral almost every broadcast. It's because it's next to my house. That's where I've got to start. Then again, the FBI spy house, this last house here on the right, is run by the FBI, part of their counter-espionage program. And no, it's not a secret. Just Google it. It's in all the Google websites. I don't deal in classified or confidential information on the broadcast. I only let you know stuff that's pretty much generally known or can generally be found out. And I think we're going to call it, yeah, because we're back home. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. We will see you all next time. Bye-bye.